You cross the viridian scum of river, wispy-tongued, the sun whisking your deepest marrow. A walk to the horizon with the bleakness on your shoulders. Mictlan, place of the fleshless, electric wired fences. Helicopters circle and circle above you like buzzards. The desert thirst, a lit branch in your throat. Jaguar, devourer of the sun. You want to preserve this in a jar of vinegar. The bright skull of the moon, the cloud white is a mistake. When the guttural desert song begins, when the bats descend, Xolotl, dog-headed man, god of fire, drags you through the ragged hole of a wire fence. Look, the gods wait for you on their haunches. The lights flash white and the sirens begin, as your brittle gaze still skins the beauty from this paradise. This next one is called Lavapiés, and it takes place in the neighborhood I lived in when I was in Spain. Ripe fruit in my hands at the market, the sharp smell of ginger. I waited 6 months for him to visit me here, like a body on the verge of fever. Arif in my tiny kitchen that week, pots hissing, smoke curling. The January air slips in from an open window, broken cinnamon sticks, frost. After dinner, we crush the moist hash, mix it with cheap tobacco, and roll it in rice paper. When we are heavy with lentils and smoke, we braid our bodies together on my twin bed. I dig my face into his beard. The neighbors are yelling in Arabic, and I can't sleep when he is next to me. For breakfast, we eat 2 slippery eggs and drink coffee with frothy cream. At noon, we finally manage to unhook ourselves and leave my apartment. It's Sunday, and the streets of Lavapiés are fresh with dog shit, and the bohemians with ragged hair are playing the guitar on the corner of Valencia and Miguel Servet. Women wrapped in orange saris are bargaining for vegetables. As we pass the rotisserie chickens in a cafe window, the 3-legged dog follows us, begs us for food. That night on the train to the airport, I watch an ugly baby being breastfed by its beautiful mother. Arif nudges me, says to stop staring, stop being rude. I tell him that I'm thinking about his wife, and he asks me if I could stand it, and I say yes. At night when he is gone, I massage cocoa butter onto my nipples, rub my shaved legs on clean sheets, hold my fingers in my mouth until I fall asleep. Today I stand in a grocery store, digging my nails into a ginger root, smelling it like a goddamn fool. So this is called The Loop, and for 2 years I had like the worst job of my life. It was in the Sears Tower, and it was so terrible that there was a time in which I had to pretend to work for like 7 hours out of the day. Like I had no work, but I had to like pretend I did. And it was a really tough time. So this poem came out of that. It's called The Loop. The silences are copulating again. Look, a woman so hungry her insides eat her other insides. What are you crying about now? See a black hole of a mouth, eat, eat, eat. The cupcakes are porno pink and they make you feel sexy. It's the everyday accretion of desire, the American glory hole, a boss man yelping and yelping in a corner. Who are the office harpies and who are the buzzards? So many mouth breathers. Beelzebub flaps his frozen wings and it's getting chilly in here. What has the television taught the girls to say, with their lips all plumped with hot goo? Pixel this, pixel that, pixel your ugly face. Your silence is a sealed jar of water, little pariah. Outside, men and women carry pictures of dead fetuses. The children hold them too. Every day you say, I am a person, I am a person. It's winter and your feet are wet again. You wave hello to the friendly rats. Why do you flounder so easily in holes? Do you suffer from cholera of the brain? Check yes or no. The day goes on picking the meat from its teeth. This next poem is loosely based on my parents' hometown in Mexico, Las Pulgas, and it starts off with a passage from the New York Times. Santiago Mesa Lopez, known as El Pozolero in the Mexican news media, has confessed to dissolving the remains of 300 people in acid while working for a top drug trafficker. Even the trees here cringe, a heat sticky like tamarind pulp. The blindfolded bull is alone again, walks in dusty circles around the block and tries to lift the cloth by blowing through its nose. Juarez, behind the Hollywood Club, Live Girls XXX, an elegant skeleton on the back of his silk shirt, a necklace of dried nipples lies on his chest. He lowers his head, eyelids tattooed with open eyes, in the name of the holy. The town is named after fleas, where narco-traffickers have built palaces bordered by concrete walls embedded with broken cola bottles. Next door, Jovita washes shit from the tripe. In the river, she scrubs until it's bright as teeth, until no excrement is left in the honeycomb pattern. Jovita's son, the boy nicknamed Malecho, badly made, runs along the river, chasing chickens, huaraches slapping against his cracked feet. He knocks at every house, collects slop to feed the pigs. When he's finished, he climbs a ladder to peer next door, careful not to touch the broken glass, studies the macaws, spreading their wings, snickers when they squawk, cabron, cabron. In a Tijuana club, a young woman straddles a man. He tugs her neon panties, and she is not shaved, but he doesn't care. Black lights flicker, illuminate his teeth, the acne pits on his cheek. Everyone moving in slow motion, like an old film strip, like what is happening couldn't possibly be true. There are mirrors at every angle, everyone multiplied by 6, 8, 10, impossible to know whose body belongs to whom. The woman turns around. Malecho and the other boys gather in a burnt yellow house. At the edge of town, where they watch lucha libre on a scrambled screen, cheer as they study the hanger antenna. The walls are covered in newspaper headlines like Turismo Zapatista and El Pozolero pide disculpas. First, ass and face, then she lowers herself, lets him trace the spidery angel wings faded to green on her back. He drags his tongue along his teeth and remembers how easily a body dissolves in a vat of acid, how first the flesh breaks away, how only the bones endure. Hija de la chingada. The men whistle from their trucks, though you're only 13 and your breasts are still tucked meekly inside you. Every day after school, the factory men yell, "Mamacita," make noises like sucking mangoes. Technically, you could be a little mother, but what do you know of sex, you with the flapping t-shirts and glasses the size of platters? One evening you come home an hour late and your mother calls you, "Hija de la chingada." Te pregunta, "¿En dónde estás abriendo las patas? What boy have you been fucking?" Your ghost father sits on the couch cracking peanuts, watching a Mexican game show, bugles and maracas, and big-titted women dancing with a geriatric host. Finally, when your plump little body wants what it wants, when you are bent in the arc of desire, you take a man inside your mouth, like beautiful gulps of summer, until the shame clicks its way towards you like an ancient bug. How many times will the rapid pumps leave you heaving in the bathroom? When your mother finds a condom in your pocket, she slaps your mouth with the intention of breaking your teeth. She tells you this. Birth control, aspirina, she says. You put the aspirin between your knees and hold it tight. Now you say you're a grown-ass woman who could fuck her way across the world if she wants. But when you wrap your legs around your man, when he yanks your hair the way you like, you still ask him to pretend as if you hold a beautiful rapture between your legs. You still ask him to pretend as if you're human. This next poem is called Donkey Poem, and in the process of writing, I really creeped myself out, and I wrote the end and I was like, how could I think of such a horrible thing? So be prepared. Donkey poem. Gentle beast, you carry Jesus to Jerusalem, and Jesus looks at the city and weeps for it. Equus, asinus, spine sucker, thistle eater. You lay unburied under the Sierra Madre sun, patas para arriba. The vultures already gorging on your stringy haunches. Burro humilde, burro sufrido, bestia de la melancolía. On a frozen mountainside, a peasant will dismount you and weep as he tears into your vermilion meat. Am I not thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine until this day? Erotic toiler, stubborn ungulate, the ass of every punchline. Every firstborn of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb, or if you will not redeem it, you shall break its neck. 5,000 years you plow the cracked earth and arrive with your crumbling hooves, a room full of howling men whose eyes brim with thirst and fever. Burro humilde, burro sufrido, a dark and trembling woman undresses and kneels before you. Self-portrait. Holding a suitcase full of feathers, I scan a woman with a barcode on her neck. My God is a filth eater. Tomorrow suckles on my left breast and the bitch just won't stop talking. Call me she of the two faces. Call me she who gobbles sin. My silence is an animal dressed in hooks. My body is a gift like a bowl of coins. Hear me break the delicate bones of spring. I scrape my teeth against the tree bark. I can't stop inseminating myself. I'm sorry, I apologize, excuse me, I beg for forgiveness. Under the torched gown of sky, you ride me like a donkey, and I let you. My screams are nothing but windows painted shut. In the soft hole of summer, look how the world makes us all supplicants. Look how I die wringing my hands in light. Quinceañera. Summer boredom flutters its sticky wings. You guzzle cooking wine, gag on the old whiskey you find in the pantry. In the warmth of your bedroom, you pierce your navel with a safety pin, slice the skin you hide beneath your billowy dresses. Glitter-eyed in the murky dance clubs, you snort blow until the dregs trickle down your throat and shock your sluggish heart. You dance in the frenetic lights, the oomps vibrating your face and skull until morning. But everywhere, the pain suckles you. Everywhere you hold its lumpy head to your breast like a saint. A fat man in a basement tattoos a scraggly moon on your hip. Anything to smother the soft and constant vertigo, to stitch a spirit so riddled with leeches. Some evenings you brim with the sky's quiet bruising, colors as beautiful as the spilled brains of a bird. Such a fucked holiness, you think. Weeping, you read Walt Whitman, the blow, the quick loud word, the tight bargain, the crafty lure. You hold a mirror to study your tender socket. May we eat and drink in remembrance of the body. Oh, how the salt sings. One morning you cut your hair, slowly then shear it all together. Whether that which appears so is so, or is it all flashes and specks? In that slurry of August, the silence climbs you like a man until you hear the meaty flaps of God inside you. And this is my last one, circles. Love, remove your fingers from between my ribs. It's true, I cup the grief as if it were milk, as if it were the last of water spilled. Quiet, you whistle in my brain like a balloon. What religion is this? Boredom in spring. Look at me. The burn you've left on my arm, wet orchids. Tomorrow I will braid you an awful necklace made of hair, and when the meaning is all gutted from the day, I will delight in the sticky mess, in a swirl so deep I forget myself. Go on, carve up your favorite parts. Thank you.